Rachel,
I'm Julia.
where we live in faith every day.
This is Life.
Welcome to Life.
Hey guys.
So today we are sort of wrapping up our self-care series. We are going to talk about spiritual self-care. Yeah, personal time with God. There's like no one right or wrong answer. Like I don't spend the same time with you as I do with my parents or with, my cousin.
For the spiritual aspect of self-care is more about personal and private.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember from our first video of our series, spiritual and religious. Religiosity is made by man and it's public, whereas spiritual, and the Bible only talks about spiritual.
Right.
Notice it doesn't talk about religion at all.
Not at all.
About the spirituality. The spiritual is your own personal time with God. But when you're on your own, you gotta figure out how to spend time with God. I don't think I spend time with God the way you spend time with God.
No, like this is something we do to spend time with God together, like the YouTube. But then like personally, like, me by myself and her by herself, we have our own way of spending time with God, and it's our own self.
I like to pray, but I don't always like to pray kneeling down and being like holding my hands and being like, hey God, it's just not me.
For me, I like to kneel down and pray. I feel like it's more sincere, but there are times I do understand where you're coming from. I like to just talk to God sometimes, like maybe when I'm just driving or like just sitting in my room, just like, God, like, thank you so much for this, or oh man, my day sucks. I wish it was better. Like, just kind of like pretending like there's someone there, actually.
Yeah, and for me, when I am officially kneeling and praying to God with my hands, crossed, it feels like I'm writing a very sincere letter to God. I don't do that every single day to my friends or anything. When I'm talking or texting someone, I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, hey, how's it going? Very informal and very casual. Kneeling down and praying, so structured that I lose that just casual conversation.
Yeah, and I think it's more sincere if you do it at the moments you feel that way. If you write a letter every day to them, it's not sincere. It's just kind of like, oh, I expect it. Yeah, it's a routine. I expect it. This goes back to
religiosity part. But meditation is part of self-care, spiritual self-care, and meditation can be just thinking about what the Bible has said, or just thinking about, oh, what was sermon about? How does that apply to me? But
it's not the
I was thinking about that.
I did. I'm sure they're thinking about it. I had to do it though, like it's not. It doesn't always have to be,
No,
that's just. I feel like society puts it in that kind of picture, but it's not that way. There's some people like maybe like meditate like this. It's not. It doesn't have to be that way. Meditation can be like in nature, just spending time in nature, or just in a quiet room praying, or even listening to music.
And a lot of people do that, actually. That's how they praise God, or that's how they connect with God, is through music. It's by listening to music, or by singing, or, poem writing, or lyric writing. Everybody has their own way of spending time with God, or, taking care of themselves spiritually, And meditation is just a word that means you are just spending time and thinking and pondering and reasoning, right? God says, come and reason with us. Reasoning with the things about him.
Yeah, he's okay with you just like, questioning him, and he wants you to.
Yeah, he wants you to.
That's what self-care is, coming and discussing and talking about your problems. Then you're able to heal yourself, right?
And then take care of yourself and take care of that relationship with God.
Right, so it doesn't become a toxic relationship.
Or as, with you, let's say we get into an argument, which I don't think we have yet.
Maybe slight here and there, but nothing too serious.
Like, tits for tats. But, what do we do after? We try to reconciliate, we try to talk it through, we try to talk it out, and we try to talk things through. It's like, what about this? And what about that? And Is this what you were trying to say? Is this what you were trying to say? Try to understand each other, and that's what reasoning is.
Yeah, and like making sure there's no misunderstandings. 'Cause
Right.
once you misunderstand, or if you don't even talk, you just, think in your head, oh, you just assume things. And
Yeah.
then that misunderstanding will never clear out, and you'll never have that relationship.
I feel like that's how a lot of people, especially in the religion, in Christianity, do a lot of. They get misunderstandings from what the pastors and what the church and what other church members say.
Right.
And then they go to the Bible and they're like, I don't know. There's a lot of misunderstandings. And then I feel like they don't really try to look into it and clear that understanding.
And that's also effort, you
Yeah.
know? And people
It's a
don't
lot
put
of
that effort.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another thing for self-care in general, physical, emotional, and spiritual. It takes effort.
A lot of effort.
Yeah, if you've noticed, you need to put work into it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's not going to work. You can't just expect self-care to just happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then it needs to be this way and then it's going to be perfect. I'm just like, there's no such thing as perfect.
Right.
You know? Everybody has their different needs and everybody has different ways of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And what works for Julia is not going to work for me.
Right.
And what works for me is not going to work for Julia.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously,
We're two different people.
yeah. And also, we have completely different relationships with God.
Yeah, and so do you guys. You guys all have different relationships with God.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So, purpose for
Purpose.
living, and then spiritual support.
Yes.
So, purpose for living is like, what is your purpose in life?
When you say purpose for life, I think about the movie. I know this is kind of off topic. I think of the movie Dog's Purpose. That movie. Oh, the dog. I think it dies and it reincarnates or has
Reincarnates?
it has 9 lives, I think, or something, right? And they keep coming back as a new dog, as a new life, right?
Dogs have 7 lives. Cat has 9
Or
lives.
is it 7 lives? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
remember. It's been a while, but he keeps reincarnating into a different dog. At the end, he goes back to his original owner as a different form of dog. It was so touching. I mean, anyways, that is completely off topic. You better keep this in the video. What is the purpose of living? And this is super important in spiritual self-care. Is where you are in life, you know? And a lot of people, whether you're working, whether you're a student, or you're just, I don't know.
What you want to do in life.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Like, what do you think is your purpose?
I found this is a huge problem, especially in the Korean community, is a lot of the kids, they are told by their parents what they should be, who they should be, what their career should be, and their sense of self disappears.
They don't have an identity.
Yeah.
And that's so sad. For us, fortunately, we figured ourselves out through different experiences.
And I was just like, I don't care who you are. Is you may be my parents, but you're not going to live my life for me. You're not going to go to school for me. You're not going to, pay all of that off for me. You're not going to live my life for me. I have to be the one that does it.
Right.
So I have to be the one that enjoys it and likes it.
And I think we don't all come to understand that, but it's really good to understand and being able to
Yeah, or they get in so many arguments with their parents that it just gets so tiring, they just give up.
Right. And I would say stand your ground. Yeah, stand your ground and just, if you need to find yourself, there's a reason why you're talented in certain areas and why you have a passion for something.
Yeah.
It's because you're given that to do something with it, And you need to find that purpose. And for me, it took a long time. For her, it took a long time. I mean, for her, she found actually really early. Yeah, God bless her. But, yeah, her story is amazing. One day we should share it. But for me, definitely, I didn't figure out what I really wanted to do until senior year of high school, you know? Some people find in college, they still don't know what to do.
Sometimes they can be at their 50s, 60 years old, and they still don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, maybe
or
they're
they
confused.
Yeah, or they do, but then they won't. It's too late into their lives that they can't do it
It's
anymore.
never too late. Go for it.
Yeah. In the Bible, though, or not just in the Bible, but in the spiritual realm, especially the Christian realm, there's only one purpose that God has for us. It is to save us and love us, and for us to share that love and save others.
Right.
Just like he did. He doesn't care how you do it. You can be a nurse, you can be a pharmacist, you can be a psychologist, you can be a YouTuber, you can be a pastor. You know, it doesn't matter how you do it, because that's what the body is, you know. Everybody has different purposes and everybody has different jobs.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out which part of the body you are.
However, if you don't enjoy your job, if you don't love your job, it doesn't work.
You get stressed out.
Yeah, and it becomes unhealthy, and that comes with, you know, the whole emotional self-care, physical self-care, and spiritual self-care, because what you do, it affects other people.
And yourself.
Yeah,
in every other aspect of your life. That's why each part of the self-care is so important. And it might sound redundant, but at the same time, if one falls, so does everything else.
Right.
Do you think, oh, just because you are physically ill, that you're mentally and all that stuff is going to be fine? No, you're stressed out because, trust me, you know, like when one part of your body hurts, you're so done. You're stressed out, you're done.
Right.
And when you're mentally stressed, guess what? It shows bodily. You get headaches, you get stomach aches, and you name them, and it happens. And so every part of each part of self-care is so important.
You have to love what you're doing to show other people you love them, and, you know.
And it's one way of showing your self-love, too, is by doing what you enjoy doing, by doing what you want to do, your passion, because you are taking care of your emotional needs and psychological needs, which will make you happier and better.
Yeah.
And people will want to be around you more because you're not grumpy all the time. Yeah, it's just another vehicle, you know, to kind of share, which is the third part, is the spiritual support.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Julia is a spiritual support for me. Like, we talk about God, and if she has an issue, she'll come and talk to me. If I have an issue, I'm just like, oh my gosh, Julia, like, oh my gosh, this happened, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, so we have each other to support, or like if she has a question about the Bible, or I have a question, or I want to discuss something, then she's right there, you know, or like, you know, it's just doing YouTube, it kind of challenges me too, because I'm just like, okay, what's our next concept? What is another topic we can talk about? And then I have to go and research it to make sure that it's sound, you know? So.
And another thing is, this whole YouTube, you know, if this is for us, this is healing in a way too, you know? And that's so important, self-care, spiritual, finding a way to heal, you know? And really talking about this personally heals from anything I've experienced, negativity over, like, you know, my day. I don't know, feeling down, and then she comes and we start talking about God. It's just like kind of like healing. I'm like, wow, like, God, so good, like, you know, that spiritual self-care.
Yeah, we look forward to our video days because we get to talk and talk and talk. Sometimes we'll talk for like 2 hours and we don't even realize that we talk for hours. That's just how we support each other. That's how we, you know, spend time with each other, and that's our support, you know. And you know, another reason why I wanted to do YouTube is because I wanted to share that love and share that happiness and share all of that stuff with other people who might not be able to get that kind of support, you know, with other people. And hopefully by watching and by hearing what we have to say, kind of give, you know, you guys support, give you guys other ideas and, you know, stuff like that. It's like another way for us to share and to show our love.
Right.
To the viewers. I think we were just really lucky to find each other.
Yeah.
We were super lucky.
Honestly, you know, this talking about God and stuff, it doesn't happen frequently. It's very rare. This is my second encounter with someone like Rachel, you know? Like, there was someone before, but we don't get to see each other often. But Rachel, she came to my church, and it just worked.
It clicked.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's the beauty, is like when you're looking for it, God will give it to you.
Or when you need it. Like, you just need that spiritual support. I needed a spiritual support. He sent me 2 people. He sent me our pastor and Rachel. It's just amazing. this is where our spiritual support comes in.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty special to us. And we really hope you guys can figure out, you know, where you are.
A community where you feel loved and you feel cared for and you feel
Definitely.
that people love you for who you are
Mhm.
rather than what you can do or what you can offer. Because
Mhm.
I think we really wish, and our hope and our prayer is that you find a community or a group of friends that love you for just who you are, no matter what.
And then you guys can be that support for your community, your friends.
Mhm.
Because I've been told this so much, because I'm about to get baptized this weekend, but you need to change yourself. If you're if you show a change, you know, if you can love, you know, and you feel God's love, then you can change everyone else around you.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't change someone when you haven't changed yourself.
And you don't need to change someone. That's the funny part, is that you don't need to change anyone. That's not your job. Your job is just to love them and care for them.
It'll
That's
just
it.
happen, you know.
Yeah.
And with lots of prayer and trust the Lord,
Yeah.
He has a plan.
Yeah, I mean, okay, fine. Constructive criticism, that's pretty good. But you want someone who's not trying to fix you, because you're not broken.
Right.
You just need healing, you know? And to find someone that's, you know, willing to just be there for you and
Mm-hmm.
willing to just support you, walk with you, not telling you which way to go or how to go or how to drive. You
No.
don't need any of that.
No,
You know?
that's
That's a no.
no.
If you meet anyone like that, run.
Go the other way, or say, "Hey, no, thank you," and find another person
And move on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Knowing that you deserve more. That's what God wants for you.
Yeah.
Is God doesn't want you to be told what to do or how to act or how to behave. He doesn't even do that himself.
Right.
So who are they to tell you, you know? But at the same time, take some of those into consideration. Grain of salt.
Yes.
Take it as a grain of salt and see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then move on. If it does, then there you go. You know?
Remember, free will, unconditional love.
And free will. Exactly.
That's what we have to do.
And the best way to do that is to know how God unconditionally loved you so that you can unconditionally love yourself. And then from that, you can share it with others.
Yes. And this is what we want to do.
For
We
you.
want to share it to you guys because we love you guys.
Yes.
Even though some of you guys we might not know personally.
But we would love to get to know you personally. So, that being said,
Oh, focus. So, yes, with that being said, if you guys want to share your spiritual self-care, how you spend time with God, and, you know, any opinions, good or bad, let us know in the comments.
below. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And subscribe.
Subscribe.
And hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Yeah. The Well, until next time.
Bye,
Bye, guys.